Welcome to lesson 30 of numbers and operations, ratios, rates, and unit rates. So the previous 2 or 3 lessons dealt with ratios and rates. So now, and unit rates. So we're just going to combine them all into another video and let's move on. Here's our objective, our vocabulary. I believe we've seen all of these things before. Unit price is the same as unit rate. But when unit price, we're talking about the price for the cost of an item. Okay, we've seen this before. The unit rate, on the right, the denominators or the bottoms of the fractions are 1. Okay, so now find 3 equal rates. This is the same as equivalent fractions. So it says find by multiplying and then find 3 by dividing. So what we can do is we're going to do the multiplying on this page and the dividing on the next page. So if I do 30 over 4 and I times it by 2, we get 60 over 8. If I do 30 over 4 and I multiply it by 3 over 3, I get 90 over 12. And if I do 30 over 4 and I multiply by 4 over 4, I get 120 over 16. Okay, that's one way of finding rates. Okay, so let's jump to the dividing on the next page. Sorry, let's divide. So if I divide 30 by 4, I get 7 times 4 is 28, with a remainder 2. I get 7 and 2/4. But then I had to reduce this fraction by dividing by 2 over 2, because 2 and 4 are even. And I get 1/2. So I get 7 and 1/2 feet per second. And here the thing would be second, EC. And here the number will be different from the unit. So that's 7.5 feet every 1 second if I made that one fraction. Okay, so let's do 30 divided by 4. Let's divide by 2 over 2. And we get 15 over 2 feet per second. I'm just not writing in the unit. And so what else could we divide by? We could divide by like 3 or 5 or something like that. And that would give us fractions in both the numerator and the denominator. So I'm going to cheat here. I'm going to do 30 divided by 4, and I'm going to divide by 1 over 1. And I get the same fraction now. So that's example 1. Looking at the next example, let's find the unit rate. 350 miles to 14 gallons. The 2 tells us we have a rate. 2 different quantities being compared. So 350 over 14. And we're going to have to divide this. So 350 divided by 14. And we'll do the math on the next page. So 14 into 350 goes twice. 28 minus, we get 70. 5 times 4 is 70. 5 times 4 is 20. Yeah. 70. Okay, so that goes in an even amount. So you get 25 miles to 1 gallon. And I'm writing this as an improper fraction just to show you that the denominator or the bottom is 1. Whenever you have a unit rate, the bottom must be 1. Okay, so our next example. Well, I don't see a 2, but I see this colon here. Those 2 dots upright are called the colon. And usually use that in English class, but 7 kilometers, km, is the abbreviation for kilometers, to 14, big L, is the abbreviation for liters. And so what's the unit rate? Well, the unit rate, the denominator has to be 1. So we're going to have to divide by 14, top and bottom. And we'll do this math on the next page. So 7 over 14 divided by 14 over 14. 14 divided by 14 gives us 1. And 7 divided by 14, if we divide by 7, we get 1/2. So 1/2 kilometer per liter. That's a goofy number. It doesn't look right, but technically it's right. I would not leave it like this. When we get to decimals, we'll clean this up. So I'm not going to touch decimals right now, but technically that's what it would look like if we left it as fractions. Okay, that's the end of our examples, and I will see you at the end of the video for the follow-up. Okay, 114 points in 4 seconds. So divide by 4. 4 goes in 11 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. 11 minus 8 is 3. Bring down a 4. 8 times 4 is 32. You get 2 left over. So your answer is 28 and 2/4. Oh, look at that. 2 and 4 even. Divide by 2. We get a half. You get 28 and 1/2 points every 1 second. And then 150 ounces, 2 servings, 150 over 25. You divide that out. 6 quarters is $1.50, so it's 6 ounces per 1 serving. And 95 cents to 1/4 pound. This is a little tricky stuff with fractions here. All right, so let's do this as fractions. So I'm going to take 95 and make it 100, and I did this on purpose to root this out. We're going to have to divide by 5 over 5 because they have that in common. 19 over 20. Okay, so you get 19 over 20 divided by 1/4. And we know when we divide fractions what we have to do. So I purposefully chose this for you to have to do all of this. Cross multiply. You get 19 over 5. We still don't have a unit rate here, so we divide by 5. 19 divided by 5 is 3. 15, subtract 4, 3 4/5. So our unit rate is 3 4/5 dollars per 1 pound. Okay, so that's a lot of fractional magic that we just did there, and I actually separated the top from the bottom of the fraction here. I separated the top from the bottom, made 2 fractions, then divided the 2 fractions. And so, you know, when we get to decimals, I'll do it in a whole different way, and it'll be a lot easier. But I'm not touching decimals. That'll be after we finish with ratios. Okay, thank you for watching that video. Subscribe and hit the like button.